you dumb, beautiful fucker.
Who wants to be in America's slash fic with Abraham Lincoln?
Louisiana Purchase, that's a name.
You need to really get off my balls, okay? I'm gonna kick your ass.
Also, why was Michelangelo so stinky? Ew.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 245 of the AllYouCanHear podcast. I'll be your host today, Patrick, and joining me today are my two crackling co-hosts.
I am now in the year 2222, the 7th year after Great Oblicon took over Earth. I am here. My name Colt.
Crap, dang it, this frickin' sucks. I'm Wenzel. Yeah, the year sucks. It's pretty bad. Yeah.
You gotta give us some breathing room. As of recording, we're 8 days into it.
Oh, no. I know. I thought we were talking about this fictional You said 2222. I thought we were talking about the fictional,
Oh, shit. I forgot. I left that bit as soon as I finished it.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I just do that. I'll just be like, all right, I'm done with that. Bye.
Wow. You totally set Wenzel up for a bit. He was ready to yes and you, and you're just like, nah, it's over, it's done.
Yeah, come on. That's why I said, crap, dang it, this frickin' sucks. Because,
fuck, I'm sorry. Shit.
Yeah, okay.
Wenzel had a whole bit prepared where the populace of the world just has to, tickle the balls of the great demon overlord Oberon.
Yeah. And then I have to go back in time.
And I can't believe Tom Cruise was right.
This whole time we should have been getting our Theons ready. Or whatever.
You gotta put $20 into this piggy bank, and I'll give you the ability to talk to God.
Thetan level. That's what it was, Thetan. Damn, I can't believe Tom Cruise was right.
He's fucking those fish, and that was a sign to get ready.
He's trying to breed with the Xenu people.
Yep, because they're aquatic, possibly.
I don't know, man. All of it's just sci-fi.
Yeah, so 2022 hasn't been too bad so far.
Yeah, we're a little over a week into 2022, and there hasn't been any insurrections, so good so far.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing's happened yet. It just feels like nothing's happened. Exactly that.
And, I mean, that's kind of good, but also kind of bad. Well, I should say, I guess in terms of stuff happening is, COVID's getting worse.
Oh, COVID's gotten way worse. Let me look at the numbers. Oh, hold on. My number calculator's fucked up. Oh, my God.
Colt
It says we're in the negative. See, it's saying, people are coming back to life. Okay.
They're coming back to life to die of COVID again.
Fuck.
We've had, not a day under 500,000 in, a week and a half. In the U.S., at least. It's new cases. Fuck. I'm scared.
Make sure to take your ivermectin. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll inject it straight into my eyeballs. Make them bigger so I can see the particles in the air.
If you take enough horse medicine, you'll activate the Sharingan. You can literally see the COVID spike balls float in the air, and you can dodge them.
Yep. That's how it be. You pull. So you do that with your Sharingan, but then also you can pull a Neo and dodge them like bullets.
Yeah. Oh, here's another fun food for your thought. These are just cases of people actually going to the doctor. So just think about all those people that are not going to the doctor after they have weird symptoms. Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler. Merry Crisis. But, let AYCH be a little bit of a salve, a balm even, to your woes of the world, where you can forget about the crushing existential dread for about an hour and a half, once a week, twice a week if you live in the Cajun greatness, on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Nah, I'm gonna remind you how much fucking jobs suck.
Oh no! Oh god!
So.
Oh, just because Wenzel's miserable at his job, he's got to rain on the parade of everyone else.
Well, I just thought since this is kind of a banter episode, I should talk about where more so about where I've been for the past fucking like September. So it was like 4 months. I guess it's been 4 months since I've been working there. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. It fucking sucks. It's terrible. It's awful. This isn't the entire workforce, but this job specifically, and as the other lads know, has been goddamn just fucking awful. So, like, first job ever, and it's a shit job. Like,
I've heard all about it. Pretty much every week, whenever we have time to play Fortnite, Wenzel just like says like, I don't want to do this no more.
like
Pretty much.
because it sucks so much because like I hate the fact that like I'm almost talking about it every day or every week, and I'm just always so fucking just worn out, exhausted, mentally exhausted, so fucking bad. It's so fucking bad, and it's so shitty. I don't want to say too much, but also I'm like I don't fucking care anymore because like
Yeah, the pizza people might be listening, Wenzel.
well, it'd be so funny if they listen to this and they're like, Wenzel, how could you say this stuff about us? And it's like, this is my 2-week notice.
You know what?
Yeah, this is how you give your notice at your job. You just say it on your podcast.
It's on a
It's like,
podcast.
hey, it's up to them to find out.
Yeah, no. Which is so funny because my dad keeps saying like, you know what? Why don't you just like very secretly put out a 2-week notice, and then one day you don't show up for work, and you just say, hey, why the fuck did you guys read my 2-week notice? You fucking dumbasses. Like that's what my dad wants me to do. For no reason.
You know what? You should put your 2-week notice right now and then start suggesting the podcast to people at work and saying, like, you know what? You should listen to this boss person. Just listen to it.
Just listen to it because
It's got some important info.
Because let me tell you, my bosses. So there's 2 of them. They're the owners. Jesus Christ, this is maybe getting a little bit too in depth. So one of them is just a huge piece of absolute fucking shit. So yeah, and they have been just working everybody, including my manager, just to fucking death. And and I fucking because labor costs, and one of the things that like I fucking hate to hear, and it's always bullshit because you'll hear people say like, oh well, I could see both sides. That argument of like, oh, I could see both sides, when really they only see one fucking side, and they're gonna be on that fucking side, even though they say they can walk the middle of an issue. Like, okay, so whenever it was like we were talking about how shitty it was that there's only one person working during a fucking long ass shift, really really fucking bad. They were talking about labor costs, and it was like, well, I can see both issues. It's like, oh, but you're only looking at the company, the corporate side, where you're not like, you say you see both sides of the issue, yet you're on the side of what's best for the company. Like, okay, not what's best for the employees or
the people
actually working here. So like, yeah, okay, you walk the middle line, but you're really walking one side. But okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, centrists, as I like to call them, cowards.
Like
100%, baby.
Because like, I mean, it's bullshit. Like, don't say that. I mean, everybody has a fucking bias. And like when people pull that bullshit, especially for like stuff like this, where it's like, like it's not just. Oh my god, I'm going fucking insane working here. Like, holy shit, it is so fucking exhausting. Oh my god. And I don't know if I can work in a, like, for real, like I told Colt this last night because we were playing Fortnite. It's like, unless I'm playing a video game with Colt, because it's kind of like I mean, having somebody else there is like really like brings me into like being relaxed and stuff, but if it's just me, I can never fucking just sit down, like, especially now with the new year, like, I cannot just sit down and read, sit down and watch a movie, or do any of the shit that I like, because I'm so fucking stressed out that, oh, I'm gonna get a fucking call and saying, come in, or I'm gonna get an angry text saying, oh, why wasn't this done? Why wasn't this done? Blah, 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 blah. It's the fucking end of the world. Oh my God, why wasn't this done? Why wasn't this done? Like, I'm just so afraid, even though I have these 3 days off. But the thing is that I've barely had a day off. Like I'll get a day off, but then the next thing I know, it's not a day off. I have to come into fucking work because there's not enough people to work. And the thing is, too, is like they would hire more people, but they can't because they don't want to fucking pay anybody. Because they're so fucking worried about labor costs. And it's like, well, fucking shit.
If you don't have the money to pay your employees, then maybe you shouldn't be in business.
I mean,
that's kind of
yeah.
the bottom line.
I mean, the thing is, too, is that, like, oh my God, it would just be like, and it makes me so fucking sad because I actually, it's so fucking funny because they have me doing so much because, like, I'm not trying to, like, stroke my ego or anything, but apparently I'm fucking good, but also I'm fucking bad because, sorry. So more to this fucking rant. They would get onto me for shit, and then they'd be like, but we understand that this is your first job ever, and this is your first time working in the food industry. Well, like, no
Why do you
fucking-
have you as a manager?
Like, well, no fucking shit, this is my first time, so get off my fucking ass about it. Jesus Christ, if you know this, then shut the fuck up. Cut me some slack. Oh my God. Like, because they'll get on to me for such stupid shit, and then, like, there's so much responsibility, and I'm like, because there were certain things that I didn't know I had power or judgment over, and the next thing I know is that I do have it, and it's like, well, how the fuck was I supposed to know? Nobody gave me a document explaining everything that I have, like, that are part of my duties. Like, I don't know. How am I supposed to know? Yet, and then they say, like, oh, well, you know, blah, 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 like, we understand. Like, well, no, you fucking don't, because you're still getting on to me about this shit. And, oh, my God. What was I going to say originally, too? I forgot. I completely lost my train of thought now. Because it's such a fucking wild, ride. Like, oh, sorry, what I was gonna say, yeah, so they have me doing so much stuff because I'm really good at it. Like, okay, so I work at a pizza place, so first, like, whenever I made dough, they were like, oh my God, it's perfect, like, it's so good, you have to make dough from now on. So guess who, like, everybody gets a chance to make dough. If I'm not there, then they have to make dough, but, like, if I'm there, they're like, you have to make dough, like, because you just make it so good. So, like, I make dough really good. I make the sauce really good, even though that doesn't really make any sense because there's literally a recipe on the wall of how to make it. Same thing with the dough. I'm trying to think. Also, when it comes to customer service, they're like, Wenzel, you talk to the customer, and I'm like, okay, like, and usually I do a good fucking job because A, I'm genuine, B, I'm honest, and C, I don't know. I don't hate humans. I don't hate people because that's what my manager, my boss tells me is that they just hate people. They hate fucking people. They hate human beings so fucking much. And I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, why are you working in this industry then? And they're like, but we're really goddamn good at it. I'm like, oh my God, no, you're not. If you're, oh my God. But because, like, because there'll be instances where they'll just be like, they just don't want to talk to the fucking customer. They're just annoyed, and I get it. Like, the customer, sometimes there's customers that can be real, you just, you know, nasty pieces of shits. But honestly, it's like, you know, I don't care. Like, I'll talk to them, and, you know, if they're just gonna be that way, they're gonna be that way, and I just let it go, and it's whatever. And, like, but even then, like, I try to be nice and honest and forward as possible, and that's usually we'll get, like, people come back in who are like, you know, we came back in for you. Like, they'll ask me, like, do you own this place? I'm like, no, like, I do not own this place. Like, we get so many regulars that come back in. You know, I mean, there's so many people who come in, I know their names. They remember me, like I said, my name. They remember the music I play. Like, like, that part I really do enjoy about it. But I gotta save myself, man. This place fucking sucks. I'm sorry. Like, oh.
Yeah, what I've learned is, well, before you even got the job, I never wanted a job in customer service because that's the one thing that people across the world say is fucking sucks. The thought of working customer service is terrifying, and I'd lose my mind. I'd say suck my nuts to people getting angry at me or getting aggressive with me. And I get it. They're probably having a bad day, but just sniff my nuts. I don't have time for this.
No, there have been some customers who are like I said, don't get me wrong, they're just being like real assholes, just pieces of shits. And I mean, yeah, just suck my nuts.
There was a Wenzel's fuck this shit, I'm out corner.
Yep.
Yeah, you listened to a live dissertation of Wenzel quitting his job in advance.
Yeah, pretty much, because fuck, man, this sucks. Like, oh my God. And then also, too, just know, so tomorrow's Sunday, the 9th. We go back to normal hours tomorrow, which tomorrow we close at 10 still. But for those who are wondering, so from Monday until Thursday, we open at 11 and close at 12:30 a.m. And then
demented, absolutely fucked up.
Then Friday and Saturday we close at I should say Friday we open at 11 still, but we close at 2:30, and then Saturday we open at 10 and close at 2:30 a.m.
That seems like terrible for everyone involved.
And yeah, it's and the reason being is that on Wednesday classes at the university start back up, and the dorms open tomorrow, so all the college kids will be back, and yeah, I don't want to do any of this fucking shit. I don't want to.
Just quit this week. Just quit. What are they gonna do? Stop you? Nah.
Wenzel, never forget that shirt I gave you about the skeleton running away. Just hit the bricks.
I know. I look at it. I have it out every day, and I look at it, and I think I really should follow what this says.
Words to live by. Just hit the bricks. If you're not enjoying it, just leave.
Well, I'm gonna leave now.
All right. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
No. Yeah. So yeah, that's Wenzel's. Man, what 2021. What a year. Just what a fuck.
So yeah, that was Wenzel's workplace rant. Who else got some 2022 news to kick us off with?
It'd be really funny if you kept that part where you said that was Wenzel's workplace rant, but then you cut out all of my rant, so it's literally just me like starting, and then there's just nothing, and then it's just that.
That would be a good bit.
That'd be a very good bit. But Colt, you have anything?
Like news-wise, like nothing has fucking changed. I feel like I've been doing the exact same shit for 2 years now. It's not bad. I'm still keeping occupied by like watching movies, reading, playing games. But it just feels like I'm doing the exact same thing, having fun, getting wrapped up in video games, movies, and then 10 minutes checking my phone, the dread instantly hits, because as soon as you're on Twitter, it's nothing but hell and COVID, blah, 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 stuff like that. But media-wise, I've been consuming. I've been eating shit up. I've been gobbling that Dookie Plops right every day. So far, I've seen at least one movie every single day of the year, and I'm gonna try to make it a whole month where I watch at least one movie for every day of the year. Not every day of the year, every day of the first month.
Every day of the first month. Jesus Christ. You're fucking crazy.
And if I fail, I'll just like move it to a different month, and I'll try it again there.
Colt watched like 3 movies first day of New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a busy little bee. I mean, I'm just going to go and tell you what I watched. I watched Quiet Place Part 2, which if you like the first one, you'll like that. Watched Predator 2, fucking sucked. It was not good. I watched Summon of the Gods, amazing animated movie. Absolutely stunning. Give it a watch. It's like normal anime, but it's French. It's strange. I watched Minority Report. It's fine. It's just strange. It's weird seeing what early 2000s people thought the future would look like.
You gave it a heart, so you loved it.
I did enjoy it. I thought the mystery part of it was very fun, but other than that, it was weird. Don't Look Up. I finally watched that. I had enough of the fucking TikToks blowing up where old people were like, "This sucked. This fucking was garbage." And after watching it, I realized it's not bad. I enjoyed it. It's sad, 100%. and I think like a majority of the people that dislike it probably dislike it because they're shitheads. But then the other people that dislike it probably because it is very depressing and kind of on the nose in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's what I've heard criticism about it. It's just it's too on the nose. And when it comes to like being kind of, it's just not funny. Some of it.
I don't think it's meant to be funny.
Well, there's like, because I've seen where it's like there's like supposed to be like really like comedic bits, and they're just not really that funny, except for like Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill's the one that I thought like that's not funny. I just got annoyed with Jonah Hill's.
Well,
character.
maybe it was him, or I don't know.
It's different. Comedy's different for everyone. I thought it was pretty good. 4 stars. Don't want to watch it again, but it was great. I watched Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. Beautifully animated movie. It's something you've most likely seen already before. Learn to love yourself. Love story at the end. It makes me feel empty at the end. Thank you. Because yeah, it's like, you know what? It's so nice being a high schooler in love. And while I'm over here, 22 years old, staring at the fucking black screen in my reflection, sweating. Fuck you.
Colt is just like the meme of the stick figure, like covered in like heavy dark squiggles, just like drone music playing in their room. When someone walks in, how you feeling, son? Just
4 stars. It was pretty good. And then I watched Encanto finally because people were like yip and raying, and it was really good. I really enjoyed Encanto.
Can confirm, Encanto was the last movie I watched, so 2021, and the first movie I watched in 2022, and I really liked it. It's definitely been one of my favorite Disneys in a while, and I really liked Luca when it came out before, and I really like Encanto. I loved the soundtrack. It had some really fun songs to it, and really, of course, obviously, you cried every Disney Pixar movie, but it's really good. It's very sweet.
I need to watch it.
Like after watching Encanto having that happy, beautiful story, I decided to watch Beast of No Nation, a movie about child soldiers.
I was when Colt said that he was watching it, I was like, man, what a thing to watch on a Wednesday afternoon. Like
I got off at 12 that day, and then I ate lunch, and then I just said, you know what, time to watch my daily movie. And I was like, let's watch this child soldier movie. And that's exactly what I did. Arrest Idris Elba for his role in this movie.
Because
Idris Elba went full method and committed actual war crimes.
I hope not. No, he did not. He did not.
Well,
that's a joke. That is a joke. That is me being facetious.
Yeah, no. Idris Elba, man, his character is just like, fuck. Love Idris Elba, but oh my god. When I first watched this in 2015, I was horrified, but also I was like, holy shit, this is like amazing. This is an amazing film. When it got Criterion treatment last year, I immediately snatched that up. I was like, I don't know if I would ever want to watch it again, but I feel like I should just because of how fucking good it is. Yeah, it's on Netflix. It was that's where it premiered, or like that's what was specifically made for Netflix, and it's really good, really good. Content warning.
Just give yourself plenty of time to adjust to the aftermath.
Yeah.
Then after that, I decided to watch Tangerine. It's a movie I've been meaning to watch for years because I remember when Tanner watched it, and he said it was pretty good. So I decided to finally watch it. I fucking love that shit. It's real life. The Sean Baker, the director, is like, it seems like, I've only seen the Florida Project before this, and the way he does his movies, it's just real life people going through real life things. It's not necessarily big and bombastic. It's just done very well.
And this is a movie about the 2 trans women living in L.A.?
Yes. I can't really go into the story without like kind of ruining it, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's not much to ruin, but like
Yeah.
that's the bit of it.
But that's all you need.
I mean, it's sort of you reserve the impact for the actual viewing.
Because Tanner, that's all Tanner told me. I need to watch it because when Tanner recommended me, he was like, I know Wenzel would love it, so I need to watch it. Man, that was 2017 when he said that. Ooh.
Yeah, it's been a bit. I thought it was earlier. Honestly, I thought it was like 2014, but no, it's not. It's only came out in 2015.
Yeah.
I really want to watch Red Rocket. That's the one I have to see now.
Yeah. We placed a self-imposed embargo just so that we can all watch it together when it comes out on streaming in February.
We planned like a kind of a big movie night of like the more like upscale independent movies for some point in this early part of the year.
Yeah, because because so much shit came out last year and we never got to fucking watch it. It never came. If it did come to a theater, we couldn't see it because one of us, i.e. me, was working a very shitty job.
Yeah, it was working.
But now, to be fair though, I think like from our list, I can only think of like one movie that actually came to theaters, but me and Colt never got around to seeing it, which was I think The Night House.
Yeah, we never got to
Everything else on there though never came to any theater near us. Never.
Yeah, well, we'll get to it eventually.
I mean, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Next on my movie list, though, is The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, directed by Masaki Yuasa, the amazing director of Devil May Cry Baby, Japan Sinks, etc., etc. This movie fucking ruled. I think everyone in our group would love it, 100%. It's about a girl adventuring through the nights, just getting drunk and crunk, and then just the shenanigans that follow afterwards. It's pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I have it on Blu-ray. Again, another film that like I've been meaning to watch, and there was even a bit, I can't remember which Christmas, it might have been 2019, where we were all, me, Tanner, and Colt were almost gonna buy each other the Blu-ray for it and give it to each other for that Christmas, which it would.
Someone got me it for that Christmas, so like.
Yeah, I want to say somebody got it at that Christmas.
So you got it and I got it. That's a good bit though.
Yeah, very good.
And last night I watched the worst movie so far this year. Sadly, because I fucking love this series. It's all my heart. It's the Monster Hunter Legends of the Guild. And when I say this movie fucking sucked, it fucking was not good. It was boring, insanely forgettable, and it was butt fucking ugly with the most atrocious animation.
That animation, the poster that's on Letterboxd, that's something.
That ain't nothing. That poster looks fine compared
That poster
to what
looks
actually
shit.
And compared to what the fuck's going on. Like the best part of the Monster Hunter movie, it's only an hour long, is the monsters, thankfully, because it's fucking Monster Hunter. But the player models, they're fucking ugly. They're nasty.
Player models.
Oh, that's what the humans or whatever. It's not great.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
But that's my movie so far this year. I watched 11 movies.
Colt's definitely ahead on points when it comes to the movie watching this year.
Hell yeah.
Curious how you'd like the live action Monster Hunter, because it wasn't bad. I mean, considering how it was stacks up to the Netflix one, this seems like it's a 5-star movie.
I'm gonna watch it eventually. I love Monster Hunter, so I'm gonna have to fucking watch it. Sounds like I'm a little sad about it, but I'm not really. I'm pretty excited for it.
A couple of dubious adaptations doesn't spoil that whole bunch. I mean, you have like all these huge games. Yeah, Colt could definitely tackle any giant monster and have it down within moments.
Probably.
I could do it easily
with the choicest meat ready to go.
Just put me in the woods with a pocket knife, and I'll kill a bear. That's not true. Do not do that. Please do not kidnap me.
I was about to say, this guy is having major...
You're already throwing the gauntlet, Colt.
Oh, my God. He's had major back problems this past year.
Please don't. I've been suffering for a fucking year, and I'm finally getting to a point where I'm feeling comfortable enough to fucking build a model kit that I've been itching to build for 8 fucking months. And I finally finished it yesterday. That's also another thing I did. I love models, man. Just haven't been able to build.
Yeah. It was the GP Rosin 210.
Yeah, it's absolutely sick. Really fun little bad boy.
Really sick kit. Basically like an ogre in Gundam form. It's super sick.
Yes. But what about you, Patrick, and Wenzel?
Oh,
Wenzel, you haven't done it. My bad.
Aw, don't say that. I've done some stuff.
As for me, the little short on the movie watching, but then we've been kind of a little busy at the art house. We were hosting a bride and groom to be because as of this recording, our 2 good friends, they've gotten married, and we were at their wedding earlier on the weekend. And it was a blast. We went up to Shelby, Alabama, which is like an hour and 15 outside of our hometown, to Sterling Castle, which is a castle kind of in the middle of nowhere, But it's a gorgeous place. I don't know, Colt, Wenzel, if you got to see any of my Snapchat for over the week of the castle and the wedding.
Oh, damn, this is a beautiful house. Castle.
Yep. So they got married at the wedding, and we had a great time. JoJo was actually the officiant of the wedding. They actually, led the ceremony and officiated, the wedding and their official marriage. So it was a beautiful ceremony. The castle and the grounds are gorgeous. And they went all out for this wedding. Like, the food was amazing. We ate till we were stuffed. Like, some of the best vegetables, best chicken, best seafood. Like, no expense was spared. Like, literally, the end of the night when we're holding up the sparklers for Tanner and his wife at their end of their ceremony. After they walked through the arch of the sparklers, they shot off fireworks at the end. Like, it was crazy.
Wow. So it sounds like Tanner has to step it the fuck up. Redo this wedding. Well, Tanner, get divorced so we can do this again.
Dang. Dang, that's awesome, though, Pat. That's awesome.
It was great. It was Cannon and JoJo and I were talking. It's like, hey, how much would it cost to rent out just for like a party, just for like a night, just for like the party here in the palace? Yeah, they'd be pretty fun because it was so funny when we were at the reception, and they had like obviously like the bride and groom, all of us, their friends, and then like of course their family, but then like pretty much the second they turned on the music and all of the friends, all of us got up and started dancing, like the family got up and left. Like they cut out pretty quick, let's just say.
Wow. It sounds like we got some boring losers.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just like cutting the rug and having a great time. Oh, also forgot Cannon was the flower man at the wedding.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
Shooting out flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Liz was the best ma'am for the bride. Liz looked so good in her, like, it was like a wine colored tux. She looked gorgeous. And Cannon came out to The Power of Love from Back to the Future.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he's like he's throwing out the rose petals to the beats and music. He did a great job. He definitely like played up. He did a great job for his part.
Fuck yeah.
And it was like, damn, this is great. And what's even better is that we got to take home a lot of the food.
Yeah. Did you get to take it home, or did you just take it home?
No, they let us take it. Though we probably would have just taken it.
Yeah, legally they let you take it. Yeah.
Did you take it to bed?
Now, some of the food was so good we might have.
Oh!
I'm not a big fan of grits. I know I grew up in the South. I'm not a big fan of grits, but their shrimp and grits was real good, especially the shrimp. Like 10 out of 10 fucking shrimp.
That sounds like a weird ass combo.
That sounds like a weird combo. I'm not a fan of grits either.
But shrimp and grits is like it's a thing. It's definitely, it's not just like, oh, this is something they decided to be frisky with. And what was funny is that there's all these different like little dishes they had. They had like chicken and waffles. They've had salad. They had green beans, broccoli, like a bunch of stuff. And like there's like one little dish that everybody in our group was like, I'm not a big fan on X thing, but the way they made it for the wedding was like, holy shit, I don't like this food, but this tastes amazing.
The poggers.
Yeah.
So
Poggers.
so it was a fantastic wedding, and it's like, you know what, your people are only allowed to get married at castles now, or just don't even bother.
Damn. All right. Fuck you, Tanner.
Tanner, it sounds like your wedding fucking sucked. Redo it, you piece of shit.
Yes, all right. Yeah, Valerie Newell's come up in a year or so after. Just put this castle. It's pretty sweet.
But please get a ping pong table.
Yeah, I've seen just a handful of movies to touch on that real quick. I watched rewatching Kanto. Still good as the first time. Loved it. I watched a Giallo for the first time in the new year. Giallo being like this Italian subgenre of like horror films. It basically is from this type of film that what we know to be American slashers and kind of horror in general in America was sort of inspired by. So it's interesting to see like this genealogy of film kind of traced back to these types of films. Called one I watched was Blood and Black Lace, and it was a very interesting movie. Obviously, like it's an older film. It's from like 1964. So there might be some stuff that's a little like, silly in terms of like the effects, and the acting is a little over the top, but I just really enjoyed the the sort of clue-like aspect of the murder mystery and how each character involved is like it's like you need a spider web, like a Charlie Day meme spider web to keep track of like all the different people and all their different reasonings for like wanting to be involved, and as like the party slowly dwindles from the killer tracking folks down. But I really enjoyed it. I watched a movie on Netflix called Herod's Law. It's a Spanish language film, and it's a comedy that like gradually becomes a very dark comedy. It's about a sort of political plot that gets kicked off, and they hire like this hapless idiot to be the mayor of like this far-flung little town in Mexico that's had like just a string of just like politically corrupt mayors, and it shows like his journey from being just like a numbskull to like being a genuine monster. But the whole thing is played for comedy, and it is really funny, but seeing how far he goes, it might be a little hard to laugh at some of the stuff he does, especially how like there's just a funny little tune that plays over and over the course of the film, like a motif on some of his shit. So like it might be a little hard to swallow some of the more heinous crimes he does, but it's a really good movie, and it has like some cromulent things to say about political corruption, general futility of the world, and just how unfair it could be. So if you have a certain mindset, I would recommend that. But the one I enjoyed the most was a horror film called The Horror Express from the Hammer Studios in England, like one of the most famous horror studios. Had Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing,
Yep.
All these like high-ranked, beloved British actors, and it's pretty obviously based off a novella that inspired The Thing, because it's about this creature that's discovered in the Trans-Siberian Arctic, and how it's sort of woken up and escapes, and like it's slowly assuming the knowledge and abilities and memories and appearances of the people on this train. So it's kind of like a murder mystery game, but also there's this vampiric monster ape thing, and I really enjoyed it. So you definitely have to have an appreciation for like older films and like early practical effects, but I really enjoyed myself. It was a great time. Although if you have a chance to watch it, don't watch it on Tubi, because it looks like it was ripped off of like a boot, because that quality is so bad. Go watch it on Shudder or somewhere else. The quality is much better.
All right. It sounds like a good time.
I recommend it. Just know going in, it's from the early 70s, so like some of the effects are a little wonky, but the performances are great. Like Christopher Lee is like, also I didn't realize how fucking tall Christopher Lee was in his youth. Like he's like, I swear, like 6'5" or something.
Yeah.
He's stupid tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
And he looks nothing like his old version. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's a great bit in the Horror Express where like the station master is kind of giving him a hard time. It's like, I don't have your ticket, sir. You need to fuck off. And then Peter Cushing arrives and kind of like helps smooth over the problem with money. And then without breaking his like sort of stoic demeanor, Christopher Lee looks at the station master and says, I'm glad we were able to reach a resolution to this problem, sir. And then just knocks everything off the dude's desk, just throws it to the ground, and then walks out.
That's pretty good.
That's just Christopher Lee being pissed.
Yeah, that wasn't in the script. He just got mad and just stormed off the set.
And they had to tell him, Chris, it's just a movie. It's just a movie.
And then he stabbed the guy in the back, and then he explained how men die like that.
Fuck.
Thank you, Christopher Lee.
Thank you, Christopher Lee.
Thank you, Christopher Lee, for your service in killing Nazis.
Yep.
And that's not a bit. He actually did that.
Yeah, he did that.
Christopher Lee really kill a Nazi?
Yeah, he really killed a Nazi, because there's that story from the filming of Return of the King where it's a deleted scene where Grima Wormtongue was supposed to stab Christopher Lee's character Saruman in the back, and like, okay, Grima's going to stab you in the back and you're going to scream. And Christopher Lee's like, well, no, when a man is stabbed in the back, there actually is no sound, because all the air leaves their lung once they're stabbed. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, I was in like the British Secret Services when he like actually hunted down and killed Nazi officers.
Jesus fuck, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a pretty famous story.
Fuck, that's badass, Christopher Lee.
Yeah, rest in peace.
R.I.P. to a fucking king.
Yeah, really. It's funny because when he in the Dracula movies, he really looks like. So if you look at him, he looks like Christopher Lee just without the beard. But like in anything else, it's like I can't recognize him. Younger, I should say.
Yeah.
I knew he was in the movie, but it took me a second to recognize him because like he's obviously younger, like he like black haired and has like graying temples, but he has like a really big mustache too. It's like, oh wait, hold on, who's this mustache chap? And it's like, oh, that's Christopher Lee. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 4 in for 2022 movies so far, and hopefully in the next week, the Art House gang and we could wrap up our rewatch of Scream because Scream will be coming out. The new Scream will be coming out very soon, and word on the street is it's really, really good so far.
Poggers. Hell yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break real quick, and we'll get right back to what we've been up to for the start of 2022. Hang tight. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Part 2 here of our 2022 opening night. We'll just get back to what we've been up to in the first part of this year and a little bit of last year. What went on after the last episode of 2021 aired. So who'll have to go next?
I will have to. I have to. But before
All right, we're starting to circle over, starting around again.
But before
Wenzel.
I go back to the past, let me talk about the present because I sent a picture in our group chat because there is a poster, a letterbox poster of a movie called Benedetta, and it caught me real off guard with that little nip slip.
I don't understand the point. I don't know the plot of this movie, so.
I don't either, but it's there, and I'm just like, huh, what a revealing poster. A very, very revealing poster. Just for that.
It's not the full tit. It's just like, it's not even the full nipple. It's just
a little bit of a nipple. Apparently, because I have seen a few people on my timeline talk about it, not many, but it came out last year by Paul Verhoeven. The letterbox synopsis reads as, in the late 17th century, with plague raging the land, Benedetta Carlini joins the convent in Pescia, Tuscany as a novice. Capable from an early age of performing miracles, Benedetta's impact on the life and community is immediate and momentous. I'm just thinking, people are just horny for her.
What? That doesn't sound like what the poster shows at all.
That's not. Like, it sounds like it's a drama, but the poster looks like it's like horny.
I mean, I wish JoJo here would talk about it because they would discuss the movie they watched, The Devils, which is like this old horror film that's like loosely based on a true story about like a priest that was such a fucking Chad and slang so much dick that he upturned an entire church. Like all the nuns were just like so horny for him, and it just got so wild and depraved that the literal king and government had to get involved to stop his fucking. So yeah, that's good shit.
Yeah, that's very good. That's also in 17th century as well, huh? All right.
Got busy back then.
They got real busy. That was the time. That was the time to just release all your sexual repression.
Man, I wish I was born back then. I do not.
Well, it says Benedetta takes place during a plague, so maybe during COVID there will be some churches that just get freaky deaky and just start having wild freeing orgies.
I mean, that's the thing with every huge plague that I know of. Like, there's always a huge bounce back that happens. So I'm praying. I'm praying every night. I just want it to be good.
Colt just like, please God, send me a horny nun.
I don't want to break anybody's religious vows, okay, Patrick? I'm not that kind of person.
Okay, just an OnlyFans account where the gimmick is a nun.
All right, we can work with that.
But it's literally the nun just reading Bible verses.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Surprisingly, she has a huge following.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually like a very soothing account. I think one of the Hopkins podcasts on Apple is literally just like this Chad of a priest like reading the Bible.
What?
You know what? Fuck. What the fuck?
Because I was just looking at the top 10 podcast to see like, okay, what's on there. And within the top 10, it's just like you just see the Bible or whatever. But like the priest is like this kind of like square-jawed, blue-eyed, handsome priest, and it's like I think people are just horny for this priest.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, yeah, that OnlyFans nun. It's pseudo-sexual. It's just everybody's really horny for the nun, but
like she's taking it 100% seriously, but everyone else is getting horny to it.
You didn't read the fine print where she says that I'll send you a fart if you send me $40.
Yeah, but be careful. Be like the other girl who was like farting for money and she gave herself a heart attack.
Oh,
I didn't even
yeah.
read into it. I just read the headline. I'm assuming she ate unhealthy food and it messed with her.
No, I'm gonna say she just farted real hard and gave herself a heart attack.
That's possible.
She was just straining so hard to get those farts out because those requests were coming just at a clip, and just like, oh fuck, I gotta stay on my quota, and then she just overexerted herself.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
I'm curious, like in that situation when you were making your jarred farts, do you ever just like accidentally push the yard? Do you shart, and do you charge extra if you do?
It's like, hey guy, I'm sorry, I farted a little too hard. There's a little bit of schmutz in the jar. I hope you don't mind. And the other guy's like, oh fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is this?
2022 is wild so far. I'll say that.
2022 is so fucking wild right now.
Yep. We got horny nuns and farts in jars.
So I'm going to
Thank
talk
you.
about I'm now going to talk about the movies that I watched, but I haven't watched any movies this year. Again, I want to watch some movies, but work is just stressing me so much out that like I don't think I can do anything. All I can do is stare at a fucking wall. That's all I can do.
Yeah, because that's what adults do, Wenzel. They just stare at a wall until they die.
That's what adults do. Can't have fun. Oh my god, that makes me so mad. I know that was just a joke, but like when I apply it to where I work and to the people and some of the people I've worked with, I'm just like, man, you can just never have fun. It's just all about working until you fucking die. Anyway, so in December I watched. It's been a while since I've watched it, but I rewatched The Matrix. Still good, still fun.
Good movie.
So the reason being is so that me and Colt were able to watch Matrix Resurrections, which was also a fun time. It was actually really good. It was really fun.
The Art House watched it. Me, JoJo, and Cannon. We watched the first three, and then we watched Matrix, and we had a good time rewatching them, and we enjoyed the new one. So definitely check it out. I mean, I thought it was funny how the reactions were like really hot or really cold for it, and it's like, okay, we have to watch it. And it was good.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was like I don't really know if I mean I don't know. There like there's some stuff that you could like, oh yeah, it's just rehashing some stuff, and like yeah, but it was still a fun time. Freaking what's his name? Oh my god, he's such a great actor. Yahya Abdul Mateen II. Fucking fantastic. I love that dude. And he was fucking great as Morpheus. Oh, man, he was so fun. He was such fun.
I still love how the canonical reason why Lawrence Fishburne Morpheus isn't in the movie is because he died in an event in the Matrix online game.
Like, yeah, it's just I would say go watch it. If you're a fan of Matrix, you'll watch this movie.
Yeah, if you liked the sequels to the first Matrix, you'll like this. Even though I did not care for the Reloaded, I enjoyed this.
But now we're going to talk about a movie that was highly, highly disappointing.
Painfully disappointing.
That me and Cole watched. I'm still trying to figure out my way, what I feel, what I think about it. But I'm pretty. I don't know. It's still very disappointing. Licorice Pizza, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Like, there's not really much to spoil about it. I won't say too much, but
the movie was directed beautifully. It was shot great. The events that happen in it there's some really cool stuff that's happened in it. But trigger warning for pedophilia. It's about a 15-year-old boy that's in love with a 25, maybe 28-year-old woman.
Well, it's 20-something because this isn't a spoiler either, but she's almost constantly changing her age, so 20-something.
It's not more so the fact that has feelings for a grown woman. It's like she's reciprocating those feelings.
But
Yeah.
not real. It's like the beginning of the movie, he asks her out on a date, and she's like, "You're like 15, No. and then like the next scene, she's at the place that he asked her to go out on a date with her. Like, if as a person that's 22 years old, I'm assuming this character is older than me in this movie, the thought of even thinking like, haha, I'll humor him is not even there. It's disgusting.
I mean, that's what Pat was saying.
I know. I was just saying, as a 22-year-old,
I know,
younger than the person that actually reciprocates.
But you let up like you were like, well, that's not it. Like,
I said that's not all. Like,
oh, my bad. Okay, sorry. So you're both in agreement.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement here. Yeah.
Now I haven't seen it, but I'm trusting what they say. I was just very curious because honestly, Colt and Wenzel are pretty much the only people I've heard be negative towards Licorice Pizza. It's been almost unanimous praise, and I'm just sort of curious, like, what the disconnect is. Are other people interpreting it in a different way? I mean, I'm not saying Colt Wenzel's like reviews are invalid or anything like that. I'm just sort of, until I'm able to see it for myself, I really don't know until I watch it personally. But it's definitely been interesting to sort of hear their thoughts outside the show and currently, and to see everything else online.
It's the way I feel about it is the way I feel about a lot of anime. Like, I'll be enjoying so much anime. I'm like, oh, it's so cool. Boom, a lolly character enters the chat, or a 40-year-old man is suddenly a 12-year-old boy and he's a pervert. It just ruins it. It ruins the whole thing, regardless of how good it is.
Because it's just a weird fucking, like, all right, if you have this fantasy, like, you're fucking weird. Like, you're disgusting. Like, that's just what it comes down to. And this, you know, like they said, I mean, if you're an actual, like, I don't know, if you're a sane, stable adult or something, I don't know, if you're just a person with sense, you know, you wouldn't even like entertain, like he said, the idea of just going on this date. But like then it like literally follows. It literally from there is like Pat said, is her like kind of reciprocating, you know, this very just, you know, bad idea. And like I've read, like, because like Pat also said, it's like if anybody is in the know of films and about Licorice Pizza and Paul Thomas Anderson, you know, it's like when this film premiered and everything, it's like it was just getting such high praise. Everybody was just hyping it up. It's so excited. I mean, me and Colt were excited to see it, you know. I mean, we had known that this, you know, the main characters, one is 15, one's 23, 25, whatever. We had known that, but we were like, okay, maybe it's going to go in a direction that, like, okay, this is, you know, like, this is where it needs to go, this is where it needs to be, but it didn't, which is why it makes it so fucking disappointing, because it's like, okay, this is weird. But then also, too, I do see some reviews talking about it, how it's like, you know, people talk about how, like, this relationship, it's not good, it's bad, but then also that's also what the movie's trying to say is, so, like, the title, Licorice Pizza, right? It's disgusting. It sounds disgusting, and it is disgusting. That's kind of what it's like. That's kind of what it's saying about the idea, the relationship in general, is that this is disgusting. It is disgusting. So,
but it doesn't show that through the actions in the movie. It ends in a way that hurts it in a lot of ways.
But see, that's also another thing too about, like, with what people have. I say people, and I kind of see this too. I should mention I should put myself in this, because that's also where I got from it as well, is like how it's kind of it's through kind of like rose tinted glasses or whatever, right? Or like, you know, it's like it's given this kind of light that is like it's superficial, it's artificial, it's only real or it only looks good to between the two characters who are within this world, this period, this area in the film itself. Everybody else, it's like, you know, it's like the audience, it's like, no, you know, like to them, to their point of view, yeah, but to us, it's like, no, this is terrible, this is awful, this is disgusting.
Because, like, obviously there's a way for a teenager and an adult to have, like, a healthy boundary of a relationship, impactful in a way that's not, you know, sexual,
romantic,
or like romantic.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously that can exist. Like, you can have like a very healthy platonic friendship. They're not saying that you can't interact with someone that's younger than you in any way. It's just obviously there's like a way to do it. And I don't know, it's like you said, it's like how it's presented. And like I definitely don't think every movie should be like a morality play. Like you should be allowed to present certain things just to present them. But of course, that's a very contentious point depending on who you are. Because obviously I don't know PTA's like thought process here. So how much of it is him just like taking a story, throwing it out there, and just letting people judge for themselves? I don't know. That's one way of doing things. And like, since I haven't seen it, there's only so much I can judge. Just like watching sort of the critical reaction around the film, it's just been like this weird kind of little thunderstorm off on the side of film Twitter.
But like, I'd say go watch it if you're any curious about it. Just know it deals with some weird stuff.
If you're a PTA fan, go watch it. That's why I've been telling everybody in our friend group, is to decide. Go watch it, decide for yourself, see what we're talking about, because that's honestly that's what it comes down to. Is you have to see it for yourself, kind of.
Because like just hearing about it, you're like, I can understand how you think like
it could be worse than what they're saying.
Yeah, it could be worse than what we're saying too, as well. It's all down to how you view it. In the end, Bradley Cooper was awesome. That's all.
Bradley Cooper was in it. Bradley Cooper was a fun time. He was not in it for that long either, but God,
he stole that show. He stole it and he rode.
I should say too, the performances were, all of them were pretty good. I think so the lead female, Alana Haim, she's part of the band. Her and her sisters, the Haim sisters, they're part of Haim. Her sisters are also in the film as well. I think as an acting debut, it wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty good.
No, she was a good actress, and so was the guy that played the kid,
Cooper Hoffman.
Yeah, he was good too. He reminded me of James Gandolfini's son. It was weird.
Oh, the funny thing is, I was really about to say, I thought the kid in Licorice Pizza was James Gandolfini's son. I guess it just might be the haircut.
Maybe.
Kind of, and the build overall.
The build, I was like, I could see that.
He's like, like kind of a stocky kid.
But it's funny because he's the son of Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Ah,
yeah.
I was not aware.
I didn't realize that until I was like, Hoffman. I was like, that sounds like an actor's name. It's like, well, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yep.
He does look like
wow.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. I wonder why.
He does look like Philip.
Well,
yeah.
That tracks. I wonder why the son looks like the father. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, hey, there's worse movies that he could have made his debut in, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mazel, I hope he does good things going forward. If acting is what he chooses to do.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so like other than that, that's kind of it. Movie wise, like this year I've started. I read completely the first trade, volume 1 of Department of Truth. Really freaking good. Holy shit, it was really fucking good. It's basically where, what if like the whole idea of like, if a belief is so powerful enough, or if so many people believe it, then whatever that thing is becomes real. And it's basically that, but rather with conspiracy theories. So like if a conspiracy theory is, well known, very believed enough, then it becomes reality. And there's a department called the Department of Truth that tries to stop it, but also it's at war with another department that tries to make these fictions become reality. It's really freaking good. It's, intelligence agencies, espionage, kind of, sort of, not too much, but more on the kind of, not a cult, but like definitely kind of on the
like governmental conspiracies more so.
Yeah, and like we follow a main character, and following this. You gotta read it. It's so freaking good.
Because we talked a little bit of it on the awards show.
We did. It was there was I think my favorite story in there was the one that was specifically centered around a mother who loses her child to a school shooting. It was really freaking good. So I think like in terms of like its applicability to like actual like issues and stuff, and like getting you thinking about like conspiracy theories and like people who like follow and believe this shit. It's kind of like you can really see it and apply it It's really freaking.
Continuing from Wenzel's book, I'm gonna go to my books. I've been reading a good bit. First off the year, not really the first thing of the year, but I finished it on the 30th. It was Monster. I finished the Monster manga. It's an all-timer right there, baby. Naoki Urasawa, you are a insane writer. I love you. I'm so excited to continue reading Master Keaton. That's what I'm currently reading. I've only read one volume so far, but I'm enjoying it. But in between Monster and Master Keaton, I decided I've had these sitting on my shelves for 5 months now. I'm going to read all of Invincible, and I did that. It took a week and a half, and I finally finished all 144 and then more issues of it.
Because you have the 3 giant library editions, right?
Yeah, the compendiums. I do not regret it at all. It was an absolute blast. I would say if you've seen the show and you like it, read it as well, because it's almost like it's 2 completely different stories, almost. It's like the alternate universes shit that's going on. Because there's stuff that takes place in the show that doesn't happen until issue 50-something. Or it doesn't wrap up to issue 50-something. But also, the show only takes up the first 10 issues of the comic as well. It's weird how they decided to approach it.
Because it's been so long since I've read the first story arc with Omni-Man and everything in Invincible. But I knew one thing that was definitely from a much later portion was when Battle Beast showed up and beat the fuck out of Mark.
Yeah.
Battle Beast is it's a huge prominent fighting character that shows up toward the latter part of the series. Probably one of the most brutal, visceral fights I've ever heard about or seen in a comic book was with Battle Beast.
I'm so excited for whenever that gets animated in 6 years. Battle Beast lives for the fight. His whole bit is, I do not care. This fight sucks. You suck at fighting. I'm gonna go do something else because I want to fight someone strong.
What a fucking...
So if you're not putting up enough of a fight, he'll just leave you there.
Man, what a bit.
And also the Viltrumites, they are the most cop motherfuckers you'll ever meet. I love it and hate it at the same time. It's so fucking cool and funny. Oh my god. They are so... Pick up that piece of trash. And if you don't pick up that piece of trash, I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life. They are insane.
Very much a might makes right type of society.
Yeah. I can't say much without spoiling it. You meet the coolest named person in pretty much anything ever. I imagine you'll see him in season 2 of Invincible. But his name, I said it in the chat, smokes 3 packs a day wearing a leather jacket. It's so fucking cool.
It was so funny because when I was talking to Cole, I was because I said the name and he was like, "That's him." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Okay, we won't say it here, but Pat knows who it is as well because you do actually see him in season 1.
I'm definitely very excited whenever Invincible comes back because it has some of the craziest fights I've seen in comic book. Because Ryan Otley went the fuck off.
Yeah, there was a weird quality jump. After issue 50, he said, "You know what? I'm just gonna have fun," and just made everything look absolutely insane.
Because Ryan Otley has recently jumped to Marvel in the last year or two, and he did a run on Spider-Man as the main artist. That book looked great. He's currently the interior artist for the new ongoing Hulk comic.
Yep.
And I was like, "Fuck!" Because Ryan Otley is known for his his visceral gore and fights. So to see it jump to from what we know Marvel violence to be to Ryan Otley violence is oh fuck, they're just letting him go hog in this book. Which by all means, let the man do what he's good at.
I don't imagine it'll ever get Invincible wild, but if it does, I need to see what the fuck's going on there.
So yeah, I definitely echo that recommendation because I've loved just about every book that Ryan Otley's been on, and Robert Kirkman is nothing if not prolific. He wrote Invincible and Walking Dead at the same time, which is crazy to think.
I really like Robert Kirkman's writing. I haven't read the comics of his, but with Invincible, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very fun and good. I don't really understand the hatred for him, but that. Like I said, I haven't read The Walking Dead. I guess it could be how Walking Dead ended, because I know how The Walking Dead ended, and I think it just fizzled. Unlike Invincible ending bright as it started.
Well, and plus there's like, I know with The Walking Dead, like there was some meta shit. Well, not, I mean, no, maybe the meta shit's the right word, but like there was some bullshit that happened because part of the gimmick with Walking Dead was kind of like shock. It could end at any time or people die suddenly, you know, whatever. But apparently what had happened was the book ended 2 issues before its solicitations did. So basically solicitations are the things that come out to let comic book stores and purchasers know when to order, because you know, everybody orders books like a few months in advance. So solicitations for the book went for 2 more issues. I mean, people were kind of like preemptively buying this issue, but then in order to preserve this mystery, Ryan Kirkman like put out like fake things to solicitation companies. So when it ended, people were like, "Wait, what the fuck? It's just still 2 more issues coming." He's like, "Nah, this is really the end. Surprise."
And the thing is, the way it ended, it's just like nothing. It ended in a way that it had more set up. So I honestly think he did have those 2 issues, and he just said, "Fuck it, I don't feel like it."
I mean, you know, when you write a book for over 10 years, like I can see how you're ready to let it go. But I don't know. I fell off Walking Dead, the comic, you know, a long time ago. So who knows how it ended? But I know he's done a lot of stuff. So take your pick. You know, see if you like him, to see what else he's done. He's done a lot. Let me tell you. I think his current ongoing book is called Firepower.
Yeah.
Which is about,
Yeah.
I will say I don't know much about the book outside of like a free comic book day issue, but the art is top notch because Chris Somney is doing the interiors for it, and he was the interior artist for one of my favorite runs of Daredevil, which was the Mark Waid tenure of the series, and he did most of the art for it, and it looks phenomenal. But I think Paulo Rivera did the first part of Mark Waid's run. Like, that's a great run too. That's what really clinched my love of Daredevil after reading like a lot of different stuff. But that's a great superlative run of Daredevil too. So check that out. Pat recommends.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've been reading. But I have one more thing before we go. I'm surprised Wenzel didn't bring it up. Is we played the last release of Dark Pictures, House of Ashes, on the first day of the year too.
I never played that.
All right, that's it, guys. I'll see you next year.
No, on the first day we played it.
It only took like 4 hours, but it was a blast.
It was so fun. Because we planned to play it like for Halloween or something, but
Something happened.
Surprise! I got a job and it fucking sucks. I'm just gonna keep saying that. Colt was like you're off. Like, you want to play Dark Pictures? And I was like, you know what? I was just about to suggest that. So we played it, and it was batshit fucking wild. It was probably it's my favorite of the Dark Pictures anthology. It's so freaking good.
And I'm not going to spoil it, but it takes a turn that I was not expecting at all. And it was a great turn.
It was a great turn, and honestly, they just need to go butt fucking wild like that more often, because it was awesome. It was real cool. So if you don't know, House of Ashes, it takes place in 2003, Iraq War, and you play as multiple characters, and you're basically going into a village to look for WMDs, weapons of mass destruction, and things obviously take a turn because you end up in an ancient underground complex, and there's possibly demons, monsters.
Pazuzus?
Pazuzu. If anybody has seen the collector's edition of it, you kind of already know there's Pazuzu.
Okay, now that you said that, I'm remembering seeing pictures of like that collector's edition with like the demon statue and all that other stuff.
It's pretty sick. It's a sick design. Sick monster. Pazuzu.
And let's just say Wenzel and I did such a good job. We had almost the whole squad die.
I was about to say, is Colt about to lie? No, he just told the truth. Yeah, we only one of the big things about these is that you try to keep the entire cast, not the entire cast, but there's the main characters, the main cast characters that you try to keep alive. We only had 2 survive.
And we almost did not make it at the very end.
Almost.
It's possible that like you have no survivors.
That ending was pretty damn tough because it has those quick time events and they're so fast. Oh man.
So you have like a squad that there's like permadeath in the game for your like secondary characters.
There's no secondary. Like if you die, you die. There's no loading a save. It saves automatically on death, so it's like fuck you. You fucked up, kid.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So you can't just like turn off and like reset.
No.
No, you would have to. If you did, you would have to replay the entire story again.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
They're playing for keeps.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So like if a character dies, then the story adjusts so that you will play the rest of the game without that character.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this for everyone out there: cut the fucking rope. Just cut the rope. That's all I'm gonna say.
I kept telling Colt, I was like, Colt, I know it's gonna suck, but let me tell you, I made this girl fucking hate you, forget about you. We're not married anymore. Just cut the rope, okay? Just cut the rope. She already let you go. Just cut the rope. And then Colt kept like, oh my god, Colt was
It was
being
a funny
such
bit.
Colt was being such a stinker. So okay, there's two characters in there. Not spoilers. There's two characters in there that they're technically married, but they're also not. They're kind of, they're separated, and they meet up again for the first time in like months or something. And I made my character, so I played the woman. I made her, just be completely over him, just be done with him. But then Colt kept fucking saying like, "I miss you, babe.
Please come back. I miss
like,
you."
I was like, "Oh my god, are you serious?" It was so funny. Oh my gosh. And I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to be just an absolute stinker, but sometimes the choices just like suck.
They're
and that's
just race. There was a guy in there that was just racist. Just 100%. I'll say that.
And you know what? That's how people were now and then.
And he was one of the survivors at the end, so that's cool.
Yeah, he was. Well, it wasn't just him. There was another guy who was.
It was the guy he was being racist towards.
Yeah, that's the other survivor. But definitely. Oh my gosh, definitely give it a chance. I still think Until Dawn is my number one favorite, but this is second. This is really fun, really good time.
Truth.
The art house needs to play these.
We definitely like want to, because we've been trying to work up to playing games together, and because we already have Resident Evil 8 on the table. We're gonna pass it off like we did with Resident Evil 7, so we definitely want to have some co-op games to play together as a family. Also, I did want to say before we wrap up for today, I did want to talk about 2021 a little bit more and go over our top 10 episodes for last year. And before I get to them, I did want to ask Colt Wenzel, were there any episodes from last year you think would be on our top 10? One you might already know.
I mean, the Ultraman one, easily.
Yeah, Ultraman.
Any others you might think would be would break the top 10?
Fuck. Maybe like something Marvel or Disney related.
Maybe, I don't know. I was gone for like such a huge fucking portion of the year. I didn't leave. I was just literally working at a shitty job.
Let's find out. Our top 10 episodes for 2021 was number 10, episode 193, New Year's Banter, the first episode of that year.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Number 9 was episode 205, Films of the Monsterverse, where we broke down the 3 Monsterverse movies before the release of Godzilla vs. Kong.
Nice.
I miss it. We haven't watched one in so long.
And then episode number 8, the 8th best episode of the year, was episode 214, the Taco Bell Value Menu Taste Test.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably one of the most fun taste tests, but also one of the most nerve-wracking for me as a host. But it was a lot of fun. That was probably like on all of our lists for our favorite shows that we did last year. The 7th best episode was Essential Viewing number 1, Pulp Fiction.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, they had a huge jump in, like, not for nothing, the Back to the Future episode was actually our 42nd best episode of 2021.
Nice. Okay. I'll take that.
The 6th best episode was Non-Canon Files Spring 2021 Anime Review.
Anime reviews always do well. God bless them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the anime reviews. For like reference, on that show we talked about Way to House Husband, Yorin, The Princess of Blood and Snow, To Your Eternity, Godzilla Singular Point. Like, that was a pretty stat winter season. The 5th best episode was episode 194, Would You Rather For. I think that's probably our longest one too. I know we took a break during that one.
Yeah.
All right. The 4th best episode was Non-Canon Files. Oh, excuse me, I said that wrong. Spring 2021 was the 6th best. The winter 2021 was the 4th best episode.
Oh, okay.
So that had Jobless Reincarnation, So I'm a Spider, Wonder Egg. Also, the worst anime we've probably seen since we've done an anime review, X-Arm.
Fuck. Yeah.
You mean the best anime we've ever seen? Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jury's out on that one. And the 3rd best episode of the year was the Caging Greatness preview episode.
Nice.
God bless.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's still going strong over on Caging Greatness. The 2nd best episode of the year was Fast and Furious Files number 3, where we covered Tokyo Drift and the 2009 Fast and Furious. And by a significant margin, almost 3 times the second place, far and away our best episode of 2021 was the Ultraman special, where I sat down with David, Saved by the Bell, y'all, an atrocious Ultraman podcast, and we talked about Ultraman for an hour. And if you told me that this was going to be our best episode of not only of the year, but in the entire history of the show, I probably would have slapped you, because I was not expecting that to have, outside of just like regular plays for the week. But holy shit, y'all came out in force for this episode.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. I mean, hell yeah. Like, I would have never expected that either, but you're not.
We appreciate it tremendously, because this episode was huge in Southeast Asia. Like Malaysia is now like in our top listen countries and on our leaderboard. Like, it's insane. So thank y'all so much.
Hell yeah.
To all our Malaysian fans and to fans in general. Just like a little bit of behind the scenes for the year. Like, our Belgium is now, because Malaysia is now our number 3 most listened for the year. Germany is our number 2 most listened country for the year.
What? Are we big in Germany?
Yeah, there was some point during the year where we had a huge influx of listens from Belgium, specifically Brussels, Belgium.
Okay. Thank you, Brussels.
And God bless Columbus, Ohio, our fans in the Midwest, because y'all came out and forced to listen to us. We appreciate the hell out of y'all. Y'all actually listened about 4 times as often as our hometown base did. So thank y'all. First stop on the AYCH World Tour.
Yeah.
Columbus, Ohio.
If you're comfortable with like reaching out, like, who the fuck do we know? Do we know anybody there? Just message us. Tell us if you're fucking from Ohio, because the only people I know that live there are tigers.
I do know we have a mutual podcast that's mutual follow that's in Ohio that I'm in the talks with. So I think it's just regular Colombians in Ohio that are listening. So whatever it is, we have a market out there. So thank y'all so much.
But change your name. Columbus was a piece of shit. Change it.
Yeah, change it to like Fortnite.
Fortnite, Ohio.
Fortnite, Ohio. Actually, that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be badass, actually.
Without a doubt, 2021 was our best year ever of the show. Thank y'all so much. It was literally about almost 3 times our high water mark, which was in 2019. So it's insane. Like, most plays, most download, most likes, most reposts. Like, it's insane. We can't thank y'all enough. I mean, we're just a little dog and pony show from Central Alabama, but we're so grateful that y'all listen on a weekly basis. Y'all go back to our huge archive. It really does mean the world for us. This is just a silly little show, but thank y'all so much for listening. We hope you continue to listen from 2022 and beyond. We have a lot more coming for you this year. We have our 250th episode right around the corner. We can see it down the line. That's going to be big for us. And our 5th anniversary, like literally 5 years we've been a show consistently. That's insane. And it's all thanks to y'all. You know, you definitely help give us the energy to keep going. Granted, we would just talk into the void anyway because we like to talk and bullshit. But it's always better when we know there's someone out there that's picking up what we're putting down. Hell, one of the people at the wedding I went to was talking JoJo's ear off about how much they enjoyed the show. So hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, I wish JoJo was here now to see how far we've come.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, JoJo's actually bringing back their old bit of being a ghost.
Oh, shit.
Rest
in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, JoJo. We'll see you next week. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for listening. We had a great time just getting back into the swing of things for 2022. We have a lot more coming for you down the pipe, so don't worry about that. Have no fear. We have stories for years.
Yep.
So be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe wherever podcasts are found. SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, all those. Check us out. Give us a like, a rate, review. Keeps us high in the algorithm. Gets in front of new people. We always appreciate it when you do it. Follow us on our socials, on Twitter and Instagram at AYCH Podcast, and Letterboxd and Facebook at AllYouCanHear. And lastly, you can follow me, Patrick, on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at John Lost His Name.
My name Colt. Follow me on Twitter at ColtD00. Patrick, this is sudden, I know, but I just saw a screenshot of a YouTube video that says Riverdale All Seizures compilation. What is that?
What?
Okay, listen, I'm going on my Riverdale series because I literally explained one plot point from beginning to end to the art house of the day, and I fried their brains. I have to it's like poison in my body. I have to get it out on the air. It's coming 2022. Pat Talks Riverdale. Prepare your ass. Full diapers incoming.
I mean, we can't stop you, so hell yeah. I'm Wenzel. Thank you for listening. You can follow me on Twitter at Wenzel. You can follow my art Instagram at World of Wenzy. Go to my Linktree. I have a Goodreads, Letterboxd, where I, books, movies, respectively, talk about, maybe, review them. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Without any further ado, I'm going to bid you goodbye, mwah, and good night.
Bang!
Nice.